Hello! Today I will be talking about my comic book characters that I'm making for my comic Puppet Radio, and the amount of struggles that it came with trying to figure out their designs and lore. Lore was fine, but the designs were a bit of an issue, because I made this comic and characters a while ago, and now just actually making the comic to be posted, there was a lot to deal with. There was a few more changes for others than other characters, but the characters I will be talking about are featured in order that they show up in, and how much I like them, but anyway, moving on! The first character is, for some reason, also the trickiest, being he is made from the old design of the first main character, but also since he's still on the cover of the comic, he will be featured first. He's one of the robots, and I struggled with his name because I just came up with him out of thin air, out of lore and stuff for a different character, since I switched the lore for that character. His name is Luke, by the way, and I will talk about him later. So, I drew up a bunch of names on a little notepad I have, and had my cousin choose one. So now this man's name is Vulcan, because I Google searched different names for fire, and that's what came up, and they liked it the most. So, his name is Vulcan now. Vulcan is one of the more serious characters from my comic, but still a bit goofy. I actually made this video that I posted to TikTok of the design for him, because I changed him. Not too much, but he's an entirely different character now.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Check.
So there was that. He went from the goofy main character that is Era 15 to the way more serious, I kind of copy and pasted Shadow, but made him a gay robot. Oh gosh. So he's supposed to be the more serious one of the characters lineup, and also has so much hidden secrets lore to him that I cannot say yet because that part hasn't been posted yet. But oh my lord. Okay, before I forget to do that, his abilities. He has the abilities to stretch his arms like Spinel from Steven Universe, and he can use them in fighting. Okay, this man is terrifying. And he hasn't seen much, so I can't say much about it. Anyway, next character! I realized for the speed paint I forgot to press record, so I don't actually have the main character's sheet thing that you'll see at the end for him anymore. Whoops. But the main character, Era 15, is a little robot who is shy, sensitive, and very, nervous. He tries not to be too nervous about things, but he ends up messing it up even worse for himself, and it's a whole thing. He's very loyal to his friends and allies, and is more terrifying than he thought he could be to his enemies. He, at this moment in the comic, has no abilities. He can't do anything. He calls himself of Error 15 because he's the 15th robot to be built, and recalled, maybe? Being his error, he is defective. He can't actually do anything like the others. Other robots have abilities. War, entertainment, your therapist, someone to just cook meals for you because you're bored. Literally anything. And Era 15 can't do any of that. At least, not yet. He's always wanted to be able to help others, but because he's defective and can't do anything, he can't. You might notice me kind of repeating myself a lot, saying he can't do anything. That's a big part of the comic, actually. And then there's Era 15. He has a disguise that makes him look gorgeous. Anyway, his best friend is who we talk about now. These characters all have a lot of lore to them that I can't fully say of, because I'm both not done and also haven't posted those pages yet. But the first two pages have a bit in it. He's dying, slowly. The man blew up. And for a good portion of the comic, he kind of just lays there and is carried around by Era 15 before he disappears. Anyway, who said that? He has some secretive lore being hidden by the Puppet Radio logo that will happen much later, but you do see him again later in the comic as well. He's very dramatic, and it's been brought up already that he has a secret brother. who will also be brought up soon, he hates for some reason. I like to say they have a Loki and Thor rivalry. Being his episode hasn't came out yet, I don't know if I should be saying about Luke, Jace's brother, the one we just talked about, but he's one of my favorite characters for reasons I can't fully say yet, but he's a scientist and he's really cool. Because he's one of my favorites from my comic, I'm gonna obviously talk about him because I want to blab about my characters. He is a scientist who actually really cares about the robots and people in general. He wants to be a medic and take care of people, making everybody feel better about their life and the world around them, using a bunch of tech and books he finds in the remnants of libraries. Oh yeah, by the way, this comic takes place after World War III, so many years into the future. He's usually found in his library writing things about who knows what, and little notes that almost nobody can understand, but they nod in positivity to make him feel better, because no one can write French anymore. Oh yeah, by the way, Jace and Luke are French. His notes, because of how most civilians and humans don't exist, are written in French instead of the robot language that the robots made. Because even though he still likes them, doesn't trust all of them. For things you're just gonna have to read that because I cannot say. Anyway, that's all I can say at the moment, and there are more characters other than 4, but I haven't drawn them yet. And they don't have lore, they just have names and ideas of their color scheme. Here's a mini slideshow of all 4 of my comic characters together because random. And just to make the video extra longer, so hopefully I get enough watch hours to get paid for all of this, here's a speed paint of one of the newer pages with random TikTok music that I find entertaining. Okay, bye-bye now.